Why is it so darn easy to gain weight with PCOS? Ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating healthy, watching portions, hitting the gym, but the scale keeps climbing or refuses to budge completely? You're not imagining, and you're definitely not alone, and it's also not your fault. Today we're going to talk about exactly why weight gain happens so easily with PCOS and what you can do to finally crack the code and shed pounds with more ease. And be sure to stick around to the very end because I'm giving you 5 real-life strategies that have helped hundreds of my clients lose weight without cutting carbs, counting calories, eliminating gluten, or doing anything extreme. I'm Dafna Chazin, registered dietitian and PCOS expert, and over here on this channel, I help you manage PCOS with practical, easy, and evidence-based advice that's going to help make your journey a lot smoother. Let's start with the real reasons managing your weight with PCOS can often feel impossible. Number 1 is insulin resistance. You may have heard this one before. So up to 90% of women with PCOS have insulin resistance, and all it means is that your cells are not responding well to the hormone insulin. Now, this is important because insulin, of course, helps your body regulate blood sugar, and when blood sugar is not well regulated, it can go higher, as well as insulin levels can accumulate over time. This causes a few different things. The first one is high insulin levels can put your body into fat storage mode. So it helps your body basically accumulate more fat, especially in the midsection. And so no matter what you eat, if you're insulin resistant, your body is going to be more prone to accumulating belly fat. The second reason is related to high cortisol levels and inflammation. So PCOS often comes with chronic low-grade inflammation, which can raise your stress hormone, cortisol. Now, when cortisol goes higher, it again tells your body to hold on to fat, especially in the midsection. On top of that, when cortisol goes higher, so does your blood sugar. And more blood sugar problems means more insulin and more insulin resistance. So can you see the cycle here? The third reason it's easier to gain weight with PCOS is slower metabolism. So studies do show that women with PCOS burn fewer calories even at rest. That means that if 2 women who are the same age, height, and weight are eating the same diet, the person with PCOS will likely gain weight more easily. This, by the way, is why extreme calorie cutting doesn't work, and actually it can backfire because the more you cut back on your calories, the slower your metabolism is going to get and the easier it will be to gain weight over time. And then the fourth reason is hunger hormone imbalances. So with PCOS, hunger hormones like ghrelin are higher and fullness hormones like leptin don't work as well. So this simply means that you're hungry more often and it takes more food for you to feel full. So it's not about willpower, this is biology. All right, so now that we know these reasons, you're probably thinking, okay, I get it. Now, what can I do about it? So don't worry, I got you. Let me walk you through 5 strategies that can actually help reverse some of these issues and make weight loss feel more doable again. Number 1 is to make 24-hour food plan. So all this means is that you write down tomorrow's meals and snacks. Now, this may seem unrelated to what I just said, but hear me out. Planning ahead can help you stick with a regular meal schedule, avoid skipping, and help you also make more thoughtful choices and reduce impulsive eating and hunger. All of these things can help regulate your blood sugar and reduce insulin resistance. And again, more steady insulin levels, more steady weight loss. Number 2 is to build a blood sugar friendly plate. So each meal and snack that you eat should ideally include a protein, non-starchy vegetables that are high in fiber, and some healthy fats. If each one of these food types takes up 1/3 of your plate, you're golden. Now, if you want to take it up a notch and get an extra boost here, I'm going to give you a bonus strategy. Eat your protein and veggies first, then your carbs to blunt the blood sugar spike. So the order that you eat your food in does matter. The third really powerful strategy you can use is to build muscle mass in order to increase your metabolism. So you may have heard that muscle burns you more calories even when you're not working out. Actually, even when you're sleeping, and it's true, more muscle means faster metabolism, and you can easily get started with muscle building by strength training 1 to 2 times per week for only 20 or 30 minutes each time, focusing on full body movement using weights or resistant bands. Number 4 is to move after meals. So if you can't get to the gym or want to start moving in the simplest way possible, I want you to go for 15-minute walks after most of your meals. When you get up and start moving, it helps activate your cells, which can lower insulin, improve metabolism, and reduce stress. Many people don't realize this, but when you get up and start moving, even if it's just light walking, it actually is like a wake-up call for your cells to start using up sugar from your bloodstream, take up more insulin, reduce insulin resistance, and also reduce stress and boost your metabolism. So this can work for you on multiple fronts here. In fact, I think walking is one of the most powerful and underrated tools for PCOS in general. The 5th habit is not talked about enough, and that is to sync with your circadian circadian rhythm. So when your habits work with your own biological clock, it's easier to get into weight loss mode. So you can do this with some basic habits. Number one is to eat your biggest meals earlier in the day. Your body processes food better when it's light outside. The second thing is to stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed to give your body the full rest and digest period of time that it needs. And then the third thing you can do to sync up your habits with your biological clock is really work on your sleep habits. Sleep is so important for weight loss. And again, many people don't realize this, but when you're not sleeping well or when you're sleeping too many hours, even that can be a problem. Your hormonal and circadian rhythm system can really fall out of sync. And so focusing on your sleep is super important for managing your weight. All right, and before we wrap up, I want to give you a bonus tip that's related to mindset. When it comes to weight loss, most people want and expect instant results, kind of like a microwave. You put the thing in, 30 seconds, it's done. But the truth is that weight loss, especially with PCOS, is more of like a slow cooker journey. You're gonna need to stick with those small, consistent habit changes over time as opposed to seeing it as a quick fix. In order to see results, you're gonna need slow, steady, and consistent habit changes, not quick fixes. This approach doesn't just move the scale down, it also improves your hormones, energy, mental health, and overall relationship with food. All right, so if everything I've shared today about PCOS weight loss resonated, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I post new PCOS videos every week. And if you want a head start on your weight loss efforts, you can download my PCOS meal plan down in the description below. It's totally free and full of delicious PCOS friendly recipes you're gonna love. I'll see you here again in the next video.